My name is Kersh. I'm the director of the Rhode Island Homeless Advocacy Project. We're here across the street from Mayor Smiley's house. We haven't gone on his property. We're respecting his private property rights, but his police officers are not doing the same for the over 500 people who are homeless in the city of Providence, many of whom are living unsheltered. People worry about the cold and say, oh, we only have to worry about homeless people when it's really cold. But actually, we have to worry about them when it's really hot as well. Especially if you're in a tent, which can raise the temperature 20 or 30 degrees. It's life-threatening, just like the cold. Instead of housing people, putting them in permanent housing, instead of having adequate numbers of shelter beds, the city harasses people, tries to move them from where they are, often Kennedy Plaza. Maybe people don't realize that even if you're in a shelter, you often cannot stay there during the day. Where are people supposed to go? Mayor Smiley doesn't want them in his city. He wants the wealthy people living on Westminster Street in lofts, in houses like his house here, which is worth $2 million, to not have to look at people who are on the street. So the police do illegal searches, they harass people. In one case, one of our members was put in jail for 10 days because they found a pocket knife on him after an illegal search. They continue to raid homeless encampments, which scatters people to the winds, which means that our outreach people can't find them. What we're saying is, we've been saying for a while, Mayor Smiley, instruct your police officers to obey the Homeless Bill of Rights. Treat them like any other resident of the city. Train your police officers on the Homeless Bill of Rights and tell them to honor it. They haven't been doing that. Set up permanent housing, set up shelter instead of harassing people and trying to move them out of the city. I'm going to hand it over to Peter Nightingale, who's going to talk about the eviction notice that we've issued to the mayor.
Hi, I'm Peter Nightingale. I'm with RIHAB and I'm also with the Rhode Island Poor People's Campaign. And I will read to you the eviction notice that we just delivered to Mayor Smiley's house. We stuck it in the door. We respect his property. We didn't even try to wake him up. He'll find the notice. Let me read the eviction notice to you. This is from the People's Court of Rhode Island, from the Office of Public Judgment and Restorative Justice, authorized under the Natural Rights Doctrine and Moral Law. In re, the People versus Mayor Smiley. Charge: systematic, willful violation of the Homeless Bill of Rights. I'll spare you the number of the bill. Mayor Smiley has failed to enforce the statutory protections owed to unhoused individuals and has allowed to continued police harassment, displacement, and denial of services in violation of the law. Verdict: guilty. Sentence: the private residence of Mayor Smiley, located at 193 Hope Street in Providence, Rhode Island, is the private residence is hereby declared seized by the people and shall be converted to supportive housing for the unhoused. This declaration upholds the letter and the spirit of the Homeless Bill of Rights. Again, there is a number which I'll spare you. And it is justified under the principle of necessity. Authority is asserted under the public interest provisions of the Rhode Island law. Again, there is a number that I'll spare you. It's the people's mandate. This is signed by the People's Court of Rhode Island, and the motto is power to the people, No housing, no peace. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter. And now we're going to have John, and just introduce yourself, John.
Hello, my name is John Chilini. I'm a caseworker at Better Life and part of Rhode. I'm here today to make a speech to help the homeless people without a home, sorry. We are standing here today, not out of anger, but out of deep and arching disappointment. We are here because the soul of our city is at stake. We are not here to talk about a crisis of housing and a crisis of humanity that is unfolding in our streets. This isn't just about rent being too high, though it is punishingly high. This is about a tale of two Providences. One is that Providence ribbon cutting and press releases. The other is Providence where our neighbors are crushed by rent hikes that they cannot afford, that puts them in tents. While our city leaders tell us that our basic protection like rent control is off the table, but today we must speak about something that is even more fundamental. It is about the law itself. We have a homeless bill of rights in Rhode Island. It is not a list of polite suggestions. It is the law of the state of Rhode Island, a law that guarantees our unhoused neighbors the same rights as any other citizen. That right is to be secure in their persons and their property. It specifically states, and I quote, that every person has the right and reasonable expectations of privacy in his or her personal property to the same extent as personal property in the permanent residence. But this administration, the police under its command, are treating landmark law like it's invisible. They are ignoring it. We hear the stories, we see it with our own eyes. Cops searching people, cops searching peoples with few belongings without a warrant, without cause. We see them going through their tents, confiscating personal property, treating our neighbors like criminals for the simple fact of existing. Let me be blunt. This is illegal. It is a direct violation of the Homeless Bill of Rights and a violation of basic civil rights that are supposed to protect every single one of us, not just the wealthy. This isn't policy disagreement. It's a systemic violation of law happening right on the streets of our capital. Thank you.
Thank you. That concludes our speaking program. I would suggest any viewers, if you're interested in this issue and you agree with us about the actions of Providence Police, call Mayor Smiley and say, order your police officers to obey the Homeless Bill of Rights. It's the law. Thank you.
Stop the raid! Housing is a human right! Stop the raid! Stop the raid! Housing is a human right! Stop the raid! Stop the raid! Housing is a human right! Stop the raid! Stop the raid! Housing is a human right! Stop the raid! Stop the raid! Housing is a human right! Stop the raid! Stop the raid! Housing is a human right! Stop the raid! Stop the raid! Housing is a human right! Stop the raid! Stop the raid! Housing is a human right! Stop the raid! Stop the raid! Housing is a human right! Stop the raid! Stop the raid! Housing is a human right! Stop the raid! Stop the raid! Housing is a human right! Stop the raid! Stop the raid! Housing is a human right! Stop the raid! Stop the raid! Housing is a human right! Stop the raid! Stop the raid! Housing is a human right!